Thank you everyone for joining us for tonight's call. I'm gonna hold on 2 seconds. That doesn't really help. That's okay. All right, so tonight I wanted to chat about what it takes to sustain your business and what it takes to grow your business. So this is something that I've been just pondering over for the last few months, and I said to my husband, who's the IT whiz, and I said, right, babe, I need you to pull some data somehow. I just give him random stuff I want you to tell me stuff, and somehow he magically makes it happen. So I said, I want stats for our team. I want to know what our average enrollment is across our team. So I don't know where this sits in terms of globally what doTERRA's average enrollment is, but we're just going to be basing all the stats tonight on our team. And then I also wanted to know, like, our retention rate. Do you guys know what your retention rate is? Your number of active members. You can find this in summary genealogy, I think it is, where you can actually see what percentage of your customers have ordered any kind of order within the last 6 months. So the reason this stat is really important is it gives us a snapshot to see how many of those customers are converting to, oily lovers and oily users. Because it's really, really great when we have somebody and we enroll them with a family essentials kit or a nature solution kit or home essentials kit or whatever. And at that point, all we're doing is getting oils into their home, but we're not changing their life yet. The moment we change their life is you can really tell when that happens because they are on loyalty rewards. So they're placing monthly LRP orders, or they're ordering standard orders every 3 or 4 months or something, at least once in a 6-month period. It's at that point that you have changed someone's life because they can see not just the value of the home essentials kit. One, they're going to be using those products, so they need to replace Lemon or On Guard or whatever, so they're buying more. 2 is you're educating them on how to live a holistic wellness lifestyle. So you're introducing them to products like the shampoo and conditioner. You're introducing them to products like the Virage skincare or, the hand wash. Some really beautiful low-tox living products that they really see the value in because you've helped to educate them in that. So it's really important that we take the time to educate our customers on this lifestyle that we have, and you'll know you're doing a really great job of that and really helping people to see it, what it is that you see in it, because they'll be converting to frequent orders. Yeah, does that make sense? Now, this part of it then will cross over into a business sense. We talk a lot in doTERRA about, Stella, what are you spraying on there? That does not look like stuff. Is it DIY? Yes. Lucky. So in doTERRA, we talk a lot about residual income and how you have this beautiful potential with doTERRA to create a residual income, to create this financial pipeline that if something happens, you can step back and, there'll be people still ordering. That is LRP. That is exactly what we're talking about. But I want to burst your bubble. LRP alone will not give you long-lasting residual income. If you don't keep enrolling people, that residual income each month that you're earning will gradually get less and less and less and less. Now, let me explain why that happens. So doTERRA's retention rate across the company is, I think it's 65-70%, which is amazing. It's the highest retention rate in network marketing companies. So that's really, really, really good. Like, I'm talking not just by a little bit, by a lot. So we've got a really awesome product that people just love. But it's not 100%. So if you have somebody who orders a home essentials kit, that's 250 PV, they're not going to, chances are, they're not going to place a 250 point order next month. So you're going to have to enroll somebody to bring that extra volume in. Does that make sense? So the big question is, how many people do you enroll to keep your business sustained, not growing, but sustaining that volume? Has anyone else thought about this before? Or has anyone noticed that maybe they were enrolling and they've got to a rank, it might be a rank of elite, and perhaps you haven't kept up with as many enrollments, or perhaps you haven't kept up with any enrollments, and you've noticed over the last few months or in a period of time that your volume has dropped each month slightly. Has anyone noticed that before? Yeah. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. So you actually need to be enrolling people every single month to sustain your business level. Okay, so I'm going to work and throw you some examples of what it looks like at that base level of elite, which is really the first rank goal that people aim for when they start the business. Most people want to hit elite, and most people aim to hit that in their first month to 3 or 4 months, depending on how fast you want to build. Totally okay, however many months it takes you, but most people want to do it in that 1 to 3 month period. So that we know that the rank of elite requires 3,000 in volume in a month, every month, to re-rank 3,000 in volume. So in our team, I had a look at what volume is coming in, that is enrollment volume in a month, and how much of that volume is just from people placing standard orders or LRP orders. Now that figure was really hard to pull from our tree apparently, but good old Harry Fay, he's a good bit of a legend, isn't he? We should bring him in here just for, about Harry, you'd probably really love that. But he was able to look at what the percentage of volume is enrollment volume versus extra volume from existing customers. And it's about 75 to 25%. So 75% existing customers, LRP standard orders, and 25% of that volume is coming through with new enrollments. Now, our average team enrollment, looking at the figures over the last 6 months, so I didn't just take a month, I say me, I mean Harry. He looked at the last 6 months, and our average team enrollment is 170 PV. So yours, having a look at that, yours might be slightly less than that. You might work yours out and it might be a little bit higher than that. So you can absolutely, that's a really easy figure to look at. All you need to do is go into detailed genealogy, adjust all the columns so you can look at enrollment dates and go through all the people that you've enrolled over a 6 month period, add them up, divided by the number of people you've enrolled, and there's your average enrollment figure. So, but let's base it on our team stat of our whole entire team, which is 170. So basically, what does this mean? So let's work it out for elite. So if you've got 3,000 in volume that you need to bring in each month, basically what you're needing to do is enroll 4 to 5 people every month. Enrolling 4 to 5 people each month will sustain your business at where it is. It'll help you re-rank and maintain the rank of elite. If you want to grow beyond that, obviously it's going to take a little bit more enrollments to do that. So yeah, it depends how quickly you want to do that as well. But obviously you're going to grow a bit quicker the more people you enroll in a month. But just to simply sustain the rank of elite, 4 to 5 enrollments a month. Now let's extrapolate that out a little bit. If you want to get to silver, you need 3 elites. So the beautiful thing is at silver, we can sometimes, not always, start to be working with sharers and builders. So it doesn't mean that all the volume, all the enrollment volume has to be yours. If you've got sharers that you're working with, builders you're collaborating with, then this can be split up between those people as well. So to maintain the rank of silver, you've got 3 elites. So 3 times 4 to 5. What is that? I should have written that down. I'm really bad at maths. 12 to 15.
12 to 15, you goose.
I get all flustered when I know people are listening to me do maths, and my brain just goes like that. So 12 to 15 people. So it's actually not that much. If you're working with your elites who are enrolling, and each of you are enrolling 4 people a month, let's just say, and you as a silver are enrolling 4 people a month, silver maintained. Pretty cool? Yes. The other thing that I really love about this is collaboration. So sometimes it's really hard. It can be hard to think, oh, it all comes down to me. I have to do it all. But if we all pitch in, like, this is the beautiful thing where everyone gets to rise together and we all get to support each other and build this really strong foundation. So good. Does anyone have any questions so far? No?
I just love that it's broken down like that. Makes it so much easier. So you can just say, right, well, to maintain, you need to enroll 4 to 5 people a month.
Yeah.
And so that's just to maintain. So if you want to grow, clearly you need to enroll more. But I just love that Harry can do that, because I've been, I sort of started thinking about it the other day when you mentioned it, and I just thought, oh, that's so good to just have a figure just that you can aim for each month. I don't know what the other girls think, but I just think that's a really good, it's just easy to say to a builder or a sharer, or even, I've got a girlfriend who just sort of does it in the pockets of her week. And to say, well, once you hit elite, that's all you got to do. You just got to basically enroll 1 person a week if she wants to maintain. I mean, I think she wants to grow, but yeah.
Or even just like
Harry.
2 classes.
Yeah.
Like 2 classes in a month, you get a few people there. If you only enroll 2 people at each class, you're maintaining rank.
Yeah.
Easy.
Simple.
Yeah. Sometimes we can overcomplicate this stuff and make it seem a lot bigger than what it actually is. And because we make it seem a lot bigger, we just don't try. And do you know what? I'm going to be really honest. I've done that before. Actually did it last year. Just to share a story with you. So our team ranked to Diamond in August, and I worked with some builders and sharers in my new 4th leg, and we built that leg from nothing to silver in a month. And that was really great, and I loved that expansion. And then 2 weeks after the end of the month, while Heather and I were in Salt Lake City for a global convention, that beautiful leader sent me a message saying, I can't do this anymore. I've got some really big health stuff going on, and I need to step out of that spot. And I froze. I just went, I can't maintain that volume by myself. So instead of chipping away at it, and instead of just doing what I can and showing up, I just froze, and I didn't really enroll very many people, and I wasn't really actively pursuing my goal to re-rank to diamond because it all felt too big and too hard. And I am kicking myself now. And it's been a really hard lesson for me to learn. And I feel really stupid that I didn't do very much, or I wasn't showing up in my business in a normal capacity for me, because I allowed myself to get overwhelmed and chose not to do anything, or very little. So I wanted to share my story with you because guess what? I'm human like you guys too. I have stuff that doesn't go my way. I have setbacks. I have hurdles. And sometimes I handle those hurdles brilliantly. And I just push them aside and I go around, or I go under, or I go over. And other times, not a lot, but other times I do have those moments where I freeze and I'm not showing up in the capacity that I want. And at the end of the day, I think what I'm most disappointed about is that I've let myself down in that. So I wanted to share that with you because I'm really big on transparency in the warts and all approach to building a successful business. I want to share the lessons that I've learned so that you hopefully don't have to go through the hard way like I have. But I know too that you're also going to have moments where you fall flat on your face, and that's part of it. As long as you get up more times than you fall down, you'll get there. So, oh, Heather, we love you regardless. Oh, isn't that nice? So I think that's all I really wanted to talk about, just how simple it is to actually maintain. And I'm so glad that I, as in Harry, worked this out, because when I saw how simple it was to maintain elite, I'm just like, oh, it's actually not as big as what I was making it out to be in my head. And once I could break it down like that into those small steps, I just need to enroll 4 or 5 people a month in those elite legs, or I need to collaborate with this person or that person. I just muted you because you're loud.
Oh, is it the crickets in my garden? I think it is. I just wanted to say, so will Harry do that? Has he done it for any other ranks?
Well, he's done silver and platinum. So silver is 15 new enrollments a month, and platinum's 52 new enrollments a month.
Okay, cool. All right.
So that's 52 divided by lots of people that you're working with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So, does anyone want to share anything right now about what's come up for them in that, or any light bulb, any questions? You're all...
Do you want crickets? Hang on, can you hear them?
You subbed earlier. Thanks so much.
No, I just think, like I said before, I think it's good to just have a figure, have a number, and it's just going to make it so much easier to communicate that to people and just say, well, here's the figures on our team average, and if you want to maintain, this is what you need to do. Not saying that we're saying that you have to do it, but that's where your benchmark is. And if you want to move forward and rank advance, then I don't know if maintaining silver is 15. I don't know if you enrolled silver. If you enrolled 15, yeah, I don't want to complicate it, but I just think it's ace that it's been done, that the work's been done, and we can now have. It's just easy. Don't have to think about it. Just go and enroll 4 people. But what is good is, like you were saying, so at silver, that's when you can go, well, I've got 3 legs. So even if they only enroll 2 each, like you wouldn't want that. But if they've got to enroll 4 each. But you want to be enrolling as well. So you just sort of spread it out over the legs. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's, and same like when you say you've got to enroll 52 at platinum, well, that's over 3 legs of 3 silvers, isn't it? 3 golds. Silvers.
3 silvers.
Yeah, so your silvers are going to be doing 15 each to maintain anyway. So that's your 45. So you've only got to enroll, which is, you know, I wouldn't do that. I would enroll exactly what they were enrolling. Like if I said to my girls, you know, you enroll 15 and I'll enroll 15. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, I just think it's a good way to break it down. I love it. I love Harry. I love that Harry does all that.
Yeah, so do I.
His
Because
age.
you saw my maths brain trying to work things out before. It's very clear that it wasn't me that worked any of that out. So, and what Stella said earlier too about you can break it down one more, just going, well, that's just 2-3 classes a month, do you know? Like, or doing a few one-on-ones. So would you agree that it doesn't sound as big when we break it down? Yeah. Have any of you just slipped into that overwhelm to maintain rank or to reach a new rank before? Stella, yes. Nikki, yes. Yeah. Does this bring any kind of clarity or just like a simplifies it a little bit rather than just go, how am I going to do it? Do you want to share?
Yeah, I was just going to say it does. Having it broken down like that just means that you don't have to try and overwhelm yourself to do it. You can work out your whole month, and if you want to go extra, then you can, once you know that you're going to sort of meet that mark.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So good. Awesome. So where to from here? One more thing, just before we answer that question, have a little think while I'm chatting. But how good does it feel to maintain rank or to rank advance versus slip back in rank or really just like struggle big time to get back to rank again? How epic does it feel if we just keep maintaining that rank, and each month then, because we're inviting new people in and those people are then being supported onto LRP, that gap between our rank is a little bit less. Like it's not as much of a scramble at the end of the month to bring in the volume. You can feel it getting stronger each month because you're bringing more people in as well. I think the thing that made me look at this was actually your leg, Nikki, because I track everything. So I track all the elites in our team and see where they're growing and what's happening and what volume's going in. And your team over the last few months has got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm like, what's going on in there? And I remember chatting to Beck Collins, and she's just like, well, there's a couple of new sharers in there that are just sharing it with 1 or 2 people a month each. There's your 4. And this strength in your leg was just shining through so bright. And I'm like, geez, it doesn't take a lot to strengthen a leg. I think we overcomplicate it with our human brains and like to make it more complicated than what it actually is. But imagine if we just reached out to a couple of people who were sharers and just said, let's just share it with one person. Come and I'll teach a class for you and a couple of people. So easy. Awesome. All right, so that's all I really wanted to talk about tonight. I guess plan from here is we're right at the end of month now. So what are we going to do to bring in the magic for February and to make things happen? And in
Just so right at the end of the month. Come on, there's like 3 whole days left.
How many classes have you got in those
5.
5 classes.
5.
Yeah. I meant the last week of the month is what I'm saying.
Yeah, righto.
When everyone's really focused on getting to rank. I'm not saying that it's over by any means. So what are you going to bring in? What are you going to do? Who can you reach out to? Because there's been weeks that I've enrolled like 10 people in just a week because I've been in action. But it's really easy. If you were to reach out to a couple of people, you could easily enroll 2, 3, 4 people. And there's your elite volume done. Do you know what I mean? So easy. So don't overcomplicate it. Don't get caught up in your head. Break it down. Keep it simple, stupid. And just maintain. Too easy. All right. So we're going to break now. That was like the quickest video ever, right?
Love it.
Who's a legend?
You are. Harry is actually.
Yeah, Harry is. You're right. I'll come and tell him how amazing he is. All right. Thanks, girls, for joining us. If you got a lot out of this video, I really encourage your teams to watch the replay of this as well so they can check it out and keep it simple for themselves as well. Let's just make an effort of keeping things simple. See you, girls.
See ya. Thanks, Carla. That was ace.
Bye.
Bye.